Yes, I'm going right in the game! What's the perfect size? I've had Happy St Andrew's Day, lads.
Oh, shit.
Is it St Andrew's Day today?
St Andrew Holiday Day.
What are you in for your dinner tonight then?
Haggis, Neeps and Tatties. Where's the best haggis, Neeps and Tatties you ever had? I'll tell you where to go. Stravagan.
Aye.
West End, very good.
Great attendance. It's dinner the night, innit?
Will you celebrate St Andrew's Day?
No. That's what I was thinking.
come on now.
See in Scotland, but it's not.
We don't, nah.
We should start it, mate. Let's start celebrating St Andrew's Day, mate.
Do you think it's because it's too close to like coming up to Christmas and all that?
You want the date changed?
Aye. Can we put it back a bit?
It's never really been a thing though, I don't know, like we never really
I can't even remember. No, this is going back a long time. Even in school. Did they even, you kids are at school?
Are they doing it
in the schools now?
Aye, date with the kids, aye.
Never done it in my day.
My kids have not mentioned it.
Have they not?
No, that's what I'm saying, it's
Sometimes
not it's poor, it's always been the same. You think of like American at Thanksgiving?
Is that a similar sort of thing?
I think so.
I think it is.
Is it not?
No, that's a big question. No. That's and then
I know what you mean.
It's the 4th
It's an
of July.
example of how they celebrate
Independence Day. They
Independence
go,
Day, so it's like I'm saying
more
it's a day.
like that.
They celebrate something more that's probably not as important.
Aye, 100%. Aye, we should have something for it, shouldn't we? A holiday?
Especially now, because the country's so proud of the football team and that as well. We should
That-
really...
The link there should have been something done. You're right.
Who was it? Who was the Robert
the Bruce.
Robert Burns? Robbie Burns.
He's a wee Robbie Burns poem.
I mean, you're the poem man. You are the poem man. He writes poems at night.
I might get back to
Wherever you be, let your wind gang free. There you go, that's it. You know that.
Is that it? 2 lines on the poem?
That's it. Away and lick your arse. That's all. Hey, my granny friend used to, see when I used to shout up, you know, for like when the van come, remember I said to you, she used to throw her the 10 pence, wrapped it in the paper for the tap behind me, tournament done. It's like, Granny, can I get money for the van? She's like, away and lick your arse. That's what she used to shout at me. I thought that was brilliant.
That is very good, very good. How was your trip, man? Oh, both of you were in Rome. Did you meet up?
No, I fucked it up. I met him meeting the Monday night, but I was out bluttered. Made an arse yet.
Why are you drinking?
Monday night bluttered.
How'd you meet an arse? You went and enjoyed
I
yourself?
wanted to meet you, mate. I did want to meet you, then I went to the Colosseum, was just out of this.
No, but let's talk about more about Monday night. So talk us through your Monday night.
No, just went out. I met a few of the boys I grew up with, and we just went out, mate. But I tell you, the Rome, I didn't hear one tuner there in any of the pubs.
What do you mean?
Anytime anybody sang, music out you go. Horrible.
I want you to talk about the taxi driver, the
I
story
get-
you
I-
told me.
I can't find my hotel, mate. So I'm looking about for ages, I'm starting to fucking freak out. Jump in a taxi and show him the address of the hotel. The guy's like, hey bother, puts the Italian music on to his bounce. Every 5 minutes he's like me, Celtic, I'm cheering in the taxi. So about 25 minutes later he's like me, €50. Give me €50 to go. I'm like myself, we pick him up right here.
He's dropped him back.
I'm fucking trying to chase after his taxi. Couldn't put anything. That's when I got in the taxi.
By the way, see if it even been better, see if he drove away, see if he'd put on Simply the Best or something as he drove away. I can't believe he's done that to you.
That pure Scottish accent, he's putting on the Italian accent. Big Amarusso.
Mate, I've got a big...
I love the way you turned to me and you said this morning.
You like an Italian, you look Italian.
Listen, I only go straight to Bologna. I don't even move out of Bologna. I've never even been about. You were going like that, me earlier. But you know what it's like.
I was going to phone you earlier, mate, and ask you about it.
Don't get a Scooby.
What, Italy in general?
Don't get a Scooby. Ain't get a
Rome is
Scooby.
fucking the buildings.
Beautiful.
Fascinating to see that Colosseum. I genuinely like. See when you go to what do you call that? When cities have got the landmarks. See you go there. I went in New York.
Skidmark.
Mate, do you know what? See top at Skidmark? No.
You know what?
No, I don't talk about Skidmarks. Melissa, me and my sister, she had Skid, remember I told you? Me and Melissa went to New York for my birthday 10 years ago, and we woke up Thanksgiving, because it's the same date as my birthday, 25th of November. And I remember waking up in the morning and she said, Kelly Minogue's out in because she was out in a big fucking, I was out in a big, they go on a big parade. She's like, Kelly Minogue's here. I'm like, wait a minute, I'll brush my teeth, I seen her skids. I'm like, I'm not fucking going anywhere near you now. Fuck, I was thinking of them all day now.
I can imagine you saying ginger skid marks. Do you know other Peters or Browns? I can imagine.
Just pure ginger.
How was your Rome experience? Just cut us off.
It was good. Didn't do as much of the sightseeing, obviously we've got a job to do, but it was good. Food was tremendous.
No, Faddy,
what was the best food?
Carbonara. Carbonara. Tremendous.
The food was dog shite.
No, it wasn't.
People be eating in different places.
Anyway, the food was tremendous. Absolutely tremendous.
Was it?
Aye.
See with the carbonara, what is it? Do you have is it starter, main? Do you have a dessert?
I had a what, a pasta dish and then a meat dish.
What's it? What's the meat?
Food.
Steak? Venison
No,
or
I had
veal, pork.
It's the way you eat earlier, it's past it.
veal.
Aye.
Pork and veal.
Veal and like breadcrumbs.
No, it wasn't in bread. It wasn't in breadcrumbs. It was in a wee gravy thing, wee sauce. Food, the carbonara. I love carbonara. No, I don't really have it here, but
Can't get a real one here, can you?
My carbonara tastes of sick. Smelt of sick.
Did it?
A mustard.
What was the Frank and Benny's you went on it?
Put it in my bag.
Do you have a wee red wine? What were you drinking?
Just no red Peroni.
Oh, that's rocket fuel, mate.
That was strong. That blew the head right off you. I'll tell you, it was one. I didn't want to come home. It was, I don't know. You just feel so. The full high just blows you. I talked to you last time how high you get. So you never want to leave that, because when you come home you start to hit rock bottom. You're scared. I don't want to come to feel that. So when you're getting that high, it was amazing. But the one thing that was disgusting was, and they're very unlucky that I was there, the Italian authorities, because I've got a bit of pull. Genuinely, in UEFA and that, the way Celtic fans were treated outside the stadium was fucking disgusting, mate.
Was it, mate? What were they doing?
3 years, 4 years.
Did you video it?
No, because it was massive queues, mate, and they weren't letting anybody. I mean, so many Celtic fans weren't getting into half time in a game. It was that bad. The security, it was about 3 checks. You were getting through the turnstile, then they were checking
your shoes and that, was it?
Shoes, they were checking your passport, they were then checking your ticket name to match your passport. But it was taking that long. So but for Celtic fans were there like 3 years before, so it's not as if they're all rushed on kick-off.
They put them into a wee area that they couldn't go out as well.
And it was like, genuinely, see if you see like a caged animal getting all stuck in, it was like everybody was all stuck. And the most horrible thing was, as more fans were coming, it started getting so tight, and there was a couple of wee old guys I seen there like couldn't move, and there was wee kids greeting and all that. It was fucking
that is
horrible,
ridiculous. And by the way, you were telling me before we come on here about that, and that just flicks back to Seville.
Remember you said that?
The way they were treated, and they were held in certain bits in baking hot sun, and then moved into other areas in baking hot sun. Denied water. Water was took off them. Everything, even the phone chargers, everything.
Fucking
I know. The only thing I do know with Italian football, you need your identification and all that, your passport, and they're very strict. But that sounds ridiculous. Because it's
why is it so strict? Because the fans are fucking mental, aren't they?
I don't know. It's just, see, any time I'm there and somebody's maybe coming there as a guest, or you're invited somebody to go in, like you need your identification or, and it's not just the one check you get. You get a couple before you get into the stadium. They're very strict. But see
that? Is that
but you're right. If they're there in that plenty of time,
kept them in for ages after the game as well. And it was freezing.
They're treated poorly at times.
Oh, it's Pishington as well, isn't it?
First day is Pishington.
Wasn't it warm, wasn't it? No.
You see, I get soaked when I first got. I only had one set of clothes with me, because I only thought you don't really need it, but I had a big bag of jeans on. So I walked about Rome getting soaked right through, freezing.
You had Avery's on, did you?
I bought big bag.
Oh, you were slagging them and then he went and bought a pair.
Big shockers.
No, you wouldn't wear them here.
Just when I'm away there. So I went into Zara and bought a pair of trousers, took them up the road.
Good, you're embracing the Italian.
Mate, I was
coming. The best bit's coming.
Mate, you don't believe this, so I took them up the road and I'm like, you bastards. They left a tag on them. See everywhere the next day? See everywhere the next day, mate? Everywhere I walked through, I fucking kept beeping. I'm like, you dirty bastards, and I had no time to go back down, because I couldn't I didn't know where I was, so I was like, I had no time to go down there, I need to go and see the sights and it's here. So I'm thinking, I can't go into any other shops now, or I'll keep beeping. I couldn't handle it, so I went like, go to the Colosseum, there's fucking the scanners here, started beeping the Colosseum. Oh, mate.
Go and get that taken off today.
I'm going to go in, but everybody was like to me, you've stole them. I was like, I swear to God, you're not going to steal fucking trousers, aren't you know?
No in foreign country has Derek, he's one of his mantras he lives by, he never get arrested abroad.
No,
you get
that's the one thing, you've got to be careful with.
Fuck me.
Wild, isn't it?
Mate, everyone's like a Terminator, mate.
I love you, Eunice.
I'm absolutely
Scary
massive, mate. You would do nothing to them.
And you text me saying you're convinced it was Paul Tim in fancy dress as the Pope.
No way that was the Pope, was it? That was brilliant, no, wasn't it? They met him. I was actually at the Vatican to see it.
And
I was videoing it, I FaceTimed my ma, and a wee fat guy came here, started doing that to her on the phone, kidding I was a priest. I don't think he was. She was like, me, Paul, thanks so much, that means the world. I don't think it was.
Did you go Colosseum?
No, I didn't.
Have you ever been there?
No.
Do you not get to do stuff like that?
Aye.
You're doing a podcast though,
A wee bit of time, you've got a bit of time you get there, and then depending on what you're doing during before the game, you have, but I couldn't be bothered going walking and then having to come back and get back for a certain time, so I'd rather go as a tourist than working, so.
You need to push with Johnny Sunderland in the pram, didn't you? Somebody needs to take a shot.
Take a wee man down.
He gets a rap.
That was just...
But there's some place, everywhere you walk, it's like...
beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful buildings, obviously, as you would imagine. And as I said, the food was absolutely tremendous.
We need to get a trip to Bologna.
Sticking on the Italy theme, Ferguson's been linked to another move, Fulham with the Juventus. You're going to be a richest family ever come out of Hamilton.
You said you would mind just £100 a week, you know, didn't you?
It's his money.
Imagine you just went like, damn, I'm going to stick £5,000 in your account every month.
That'd be him half a year, mate, we never see him again.
Look at his face, he
Like,
hates it. He's excited about it.
No, do you want to know the one thing?
Could happen, mate.
It'd be just good if I could go and see him every week. I would love
If I get
that.
going to see
That
him,
would be
that
a wee
£5,000,
bit of a dream, to be honest.
Did you say he's linked with Fulham?
Would you say that?
mate.
That would be the dream to go and watch him.
Would you like him to move to another team in Italy? No try to say he needs to move, but when he moves on, or come back and play in England.
Just what it says, he's perfectly happy where he is. But honestly, my
He needs to
preference,
force a move.
move to another team in Italy. I really would, to be honest with you.
Stay in Italy as long
If
as
he's
he
lucky
can.
enough, and if that was to happen, but no, he's happy where he is. But if that was to happen, I think he would want that as well. I think he would like to stay abroad. And then and it's like for me as well, it's great going. I love going to see him because it's a wee trip away. You're away for 3-4 days.
Imagine living down London and jumping down there every weekend.
The missus was away at the week.
The
missus
river,
went to see
Fulham,
him.
right on the river, mate. Oh,
You more like kind of stay.
No for me. No staying there, I think it'd be mental.
It's mobbed in.
What, London? No, London. No, Italy. I'm talking
Oh,
about.
aye,
I kind of prefer that. The missus was there. She went to see him, so she was away for 4 or 5 days. So I had a right good old weekend. So I did.
oh, you and Durante, weren't it? Talk us through it.
I was.
Bender he was on?
No, aye, brilliant. Oh, I
Back
tell
to
you
old
what.
days.
Aye. Oh, we were so. We done see reminiscing on it and going back. I mean, you forget. It's like you don't see him for ages, but then it doesn't matter. Everything just falls back into place, doesn't it? Yeah, it was hilarious, man. The only thing we never done was get put in jail, to be honest with you.
Did you meet the German shot putter?
Aye,
FaceTime or no?
kebab shops and everything. But it was brilliant. I just loved it. Aye, so it was.
So what did you do Saturday and Sunday with your aunt?
I chilled out a wee bit, and by the way, happy birthday, mate. I told you why I
Good you
couldn't.
tell him 3 days later.
Aye, but I was going to, but I ended up. Aye, I was bloated, so I was, and then back out with Durante on Sunday. It was just hilarious. Just the wee man's brand new, and he texts us and he says we need to do that more often, and I totally agree with him because we're getting on.
It's his part of brilliant, Durant.
Aye, it's funny.
I've heard these one-liners are really good.
Aye. Oh, he
Canes
can be,
people, doesn't he?
cheeky as fuck, so he can, aye. See when he's got a few sherbets in him, oh, he's quick, so he's quick as anything. He can slaughter anybody.
Christmas
You're quite
Day.
quick,
No, he's quicker than me, Durant, 100%.
No, you're the quickest I've seen.
Can we come on and do it? You and Durant, I would love that, mate.
He's a great laugh. And
Right,
he's
so
no
can we come or no?
Aye, of course.
I'd like that.
He's just...
Bring him on the Christmas Day.
The thing is as well, we've no changed. The only thing is we're getting older. Maybe even a wee bit more dafter. But nah, it's brilliant.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I just want to go before we go to fit. Just watch Two Doors Down, the new series.
I've not watched it
I'm
yet.
going to go and watch it.
Aye, it's good.
Fucking love it, man.
Who's the best in it?
Jonathan Watson's incredible.
Is he?
Oh, incredible, mate.
Big Grado.
Mate, I actually sit and piss myself.
Is he right?
I just sit and watch it and piss myself.
You
laughing.
like that, no?
I don't know who writes it. Nah, it's a different guy writes it. But the two women in it, Elaine T. Smith and June, I can't remember her second name, but they're incredible. Mate.
They're all good, aren't they? It just works.
You remind me, see the character, Jonathan Watson's character, it's a wee bit like you. He's a wee horny bastard that loves getting drunk.
Oh, aye.
Would you describe me as horny? I'm anything but horny.
No,
Would you say that?
No, you're no. That's no,
wouldn't
yeah,
he?
nah.
Especially sitting at this table.
I know.
I wouldn't describe him as on the only one.
Mate, I walked into a fucking, I walked into a boozer earlier, mate. It was about fucking turn off. So that man started saying, "You're horny, mate." Like, what did we waitress? And I laughed. Fuck. And it was what? Honestly, I just never wanted it to end.
Would you move it on?
But you,
Aye, in a second. I've never been in Italy.
Could be a Polish in Italy.
Oh, they would take advantage of me there, mate. Oh, the Polish would hate me there. But it was just, Italy, because I've always been, the family always took us to Spain. And do you know Madrid was my first away trip away with Celtic ever? So the dad used to take Melissa everywhere, took her to San Siro, and never took
Your
the boy.
dad took your
No way.
yous away
Is that
on
not enough for
European
you
trip?
boys on your
You
score?
kids on there were skint, mate.
I
Fucking
bet
European
you'd
trip.
have been playing football though. No, it was when we were younger, like Milan. I was a kid with the Milan.
The government would send your dad over there, wasn't it? Undercover.
Undercover. He was not there for the football, but I
Oh, he was undercovers, alright.
was sniffing, wasn't he? No, but so that was the experience. Aye, amazing. But people are just seeing I love you get out of there. No. No. I never wanted to end me. I'm scared. I was speaking.
Is it? Because I'd be worried that you'd get caned a wee bit as well. Nah, everyone positive.
So you do get caned all the time, but
In a good way.
banter, do you know what I mean? It's no. But I was talking to Si about this. Like, see, any time I don't know if you are the same. I was talking to you about it. When you get that, I've said it earlier, but when you get something you're buzzing about, see when you leave that, do you hit rock bottom, but do you fucking start to feel dead flat about it?
4 days on the swallow, you do.
It's the fucking.
You hit a wee bit. You hit a wee low, and then you get back.
I don't know what that is, mate.
But
Anyway, fucking.
It's just that's just how you feel when you're.
Do you feel like that ever?
Nah.
I don't really either, but I know you've spoke to me before about it, and I understand it, but I don't get
he
it.
maybe goes to different highs than
Aye.
maybe us. You're out
Too
there.
high.
We didn't do the things you do.
Aye. So,
Aye.
so your highs is a wee bit different to
Aye.
yours.
I mean,
You're going a wee bit higher.
What
than
did you make of the game?
Did you get in the game before we got it?
I got knocked back for the Celtic end. Half time I get in with in the Lazio end.
Oh, did you?
My ticket's for Lazio.
You get in when at half
time.
No way.
So what did you do for the first 45?
And
Tried to get in.
you couldn't get in.
You've got somebody that's in the stadium.
I met
Bought a few strings.
Kidding me on, I nearly never get in.
Well, did you just get ID on
The
that?
checks are ridiculous.
Aye, I know.
What,
That's
even
what I'm
you
trying to
started?
say. That is, it's really strict.
I'd always take a little bottle of water, and they're like, can I take that in? But we're in the media,
See-
so then you get through the checks, eventually got through, get to the front door, they give you a bottle of water.
By the way, they done this CB
Skin
Law,
on
Lewis's girlfriend. Was it last season? She had in her wee handbag, wee tiny handbag by the way, and a wee bit of perfume, and this perfume was worth about 500-600 quid. They took it out, binned it, took after.
Ruthless, mate, aren't they?
Aye.
There's no talking, there's no sort of.
And she was like, I'm getting into the kind of the lounge, the VIP lounge, bitting on her. No, it didn't matter. Boom.
Paul's wife's got that for
confiscated.
Christmas.
Right back in the bin after.
Scary. So I knew that you get the double checks, 2 checks, and then you're in.
Aye, it's very strict.
The only way that I can get away with a wee bit is I carry Lewis's wee lake. My granddaughter's brilliant. See if you get, they love Wayne's. So they do. Well, there. So that makes a difference. They kind of put you through a wee bit quicker. So as we're going to the stadium, I'm give me I'm taking lake in.
Derek gets smuggler. It's just a wee teddy for the baby.
So I mean, I could maybe. It's a good shout now.
I hope the Italians don't watch this. Right, where is he? There he's there.
We were training, so I only seen first 30 minutes.
I missed the first
nothing
half.
game to on it.
Aye. They had a lot of possession, Celtic. They looked comfortable, but they never really
If it was 10 passes,
threatened
go
too much.
40
Aye.
wasn't it?
They never created much, and it was, I think their highest passers were Carter Vickers, Scales and Taylor, which tells you everything. And I think they had opportunity, and it wasn't that they went to sit in and frustrate, or they weren't trying to. It was they put O'Reilly and Bernardo and try to get them in behind the midfield.
Yeah.
But they weren't getting the ball, so it was going wide and then it was coming back. Then they were trying to get it, and by that point, you know, they didn't really have too much threat going forward. Second half was a bit better, I thought. I thought they created more chances. They got higher up the pitch, but it just looked like it was going to be 0-0. It was just going to finish 0-0. They bring on Immobile, Lazio, and I know there's a bit of luck in the first goal, but he's away for the rebound or whatever before the shots hit. He anticipates it, and it's a brilliant finish. And that's, you know, you're bringing on a player like that, then he can come on and make the difference.
I'm surprised he never started actually.
He didn't start against Bologna. He was on the bench as well.
Why is that?
So he was. I don't know. Maybe there's a wee issue with the fitness, because if you're not 100%, they'll not
I
start
think he
you.
played at the weekend.
Italians.
Scored. I think
They're
he scored
always
all
quite
their goals
Man, I'm
recently.
saying Lazio are quite poor.
Aye,
aren't they?
By the way, that's what I was about to say. That you couldn't have got them a better time as well. You know, because they're really struggling, get beat off the bottom side, and was it the Saturday, and their confidence a wee bit short as well. A lot of changes, I know, in their side. But I thought Celtic were a wee bit safe at first, but you can see why they played like that. But then they had
screaming
to
at somebody, pass the ball to Callum.
They had to score. They had to win by 2, didn't they? Though.
But the wee bit.
Well,
They're head to head with Lazio. So they had
to qualify out the group, but a 1-0 would have put them in a position where if you beat Feyenoord, you're in the
Europa League.
So it looked like for me, it looked like it was going to finish 0-0. I didn't think they offered too much going forward. And you're right, pass it into. I know Callum McGregor, but try and get Bernardo and O'Reilly on it, because they were picking up positions where you then need to go and threaten and try and get behind. No, I
thought at times there were in good areas where you could have just maybe tried.
I thought
a wee bit braver.
Cautious, weren't they?
Why when you've got to win the game?
Mad.
I get the feeling just didn't want to open up. I think that's when Celtic are probably at their best. When they
look at
open
their
up
last
and they go to it.
And you know, people say, will they be able to shake it off? But it might still be there. About Lazio being anywhere near the level of Atletico Madrid, but just the fact that throughout their campaign and last year, and the year before, their mistakes have been punished. So maybe it's a wee bit of, wait for that moment rather than go early. Obviously lost an early goal as well in the last game. So I felt as though there was times, and it's no that you're asking players that can't do it. Like you've spoke about Scales before, looking as if he's going to pass out that wide and wrapping it round. And Carter Vickers, obviously they're good players, they can play it. Maybe they felt it was too risky, because Lazio just went back into like a 4-4-2 against the ball. They pressed at times, but it was almost like they were saying, right, you just have it and we'll wait for the passes and go and win it back. So, and listen, you're miles away, the stadium's massive, you're miles away, so you can see everything, and you're thinking, just play it in there, but maybe they can't see it at that point in the game.
What did you make overall the group, Celtic performance? I know still want a game to go, but they can't get into Europa League.
Performances were decent, first 3 anyway, and then they looked really comfortable on Tuesday night there, but they need to find ways to win games. You can't keep coming away saying, played well, unlucky, you need to take your chances, you need to be able to defend. They need to find a way of winning. And they're not able to do that at the minute.
I think it's a wee bit, I don't know, I'm maybe speaking out of turn. I mean, you're Celtic minded.
You never speak out of turn, mate.
No, but I just think it can be, you would expect Celtic to be competitive, but listen, they've got to find a way, and the way to get that, or go out of line, we're talking about fine lines, sometimes you go to splash the cash and get a centre forward that that's going to bang you in a goal.
Centre forward doesn't get a touch though, Derek.
I know, but there is moments in games, and it's like moments, and that's the difference. It's always the same. The difference at the highest level is these guys only need one chance, or 2 at most, bang, they're into the back of the net. And Celtic need, at the minute, 4 or 5.
I'd say it was wingers that they need. I think when the ball went to the wingers, I thought James had done alright in terms of keeping the ball. I thought at times had a chance 1v1.
And the 3 wingers were out, Palma and Nabada.
They're talking about the quality, but you need to spend. That's it. So what do you do?
They need to bring in, we've said this Neil every time, they need to bring in players that are ready to play. Your projects are great for the league, where you can bring them out and decide when they play and they can build their confidence. You're playing the chat. Look, the other night, Lazio had, in the first half, Felipe Anderson had a header he should have scored with. Guendouzi maybe with a header. Apart from that, shots for distance. Their best chance of scoring looked like when Luis Alberto was shooting for the corners. That was absolutely ridiculous.
He doesn't give a fuck.
And he does that.
He
does that. He is genuinely
incredible. The pace. So then you're looking at, Celtic need players that are going to be ready to play at that level.
I think watching as well, I think Celtic lack physicality.
Aye.
See off the ball, mate.
But even
set
high
plays, the pitch, but they never win the ball back, mate.
Even set plays.
Set plays, exactly, mate. Amount of times that first contact goes to the other team.
But look, I'd imagine that'd be part of the discussion with Rodgers coming in the summer. Clearly they never got the type of player that he was looking for, but again, we've said this loads of times, it's no cheat to go and get players that are ready-made. You're still having to find you're still having to find a gem for like 4 or 5 million, which is crazy. But they have to be, I think, no tested at Champions League level. You're not going to, you're struggling to get that, but ones that are ready to play with a wee bit more experience.
See on that argument as well, people have said you look at Copenhagen in their group, I think they've got a similar budget to, they're like they're on course to qualify.
Aye.
That's Man U's group, isn't it?
Man U's group, Bayern Munich group.
Galatasaray, their budget will be...
Man U's spent
did you see that
incredible money. That was the best game I've ever seen.
I watched the second half.
No, I missed
see
that.
it?
No, I was too busy worrying about my
It was
connection.
unbelievable.
It was like football back in 10 years ago, wasn't it?
He missed his flight.
Some of the goals weren't they? They were absolutely back.
What a game of football that was. End to end.
It was like, it was back in the day, wasn't it?
Aye, that was good.
That was amazing. But
it's so strange because before, when I watched Ten Hag's Man United before, they're so fucking boring.
Crap,
And last night they were just like, fuck it.
conceded the most, I think, the Champions League, Man U. But when you talk about
You
spending
just
money,
flicked that wee hater on this way now, aye? You roasting now.
Well, he's getting the gear up and everything.
I'm absolutely on fire.
Man U, but you're talking about spending money.
Exactly,
I've spent the
mate.
most
Great point.
money in the whole world there the last 10 years. And look at them in Europe.
Aye.
I mean, Man U, what have they got, 4 points or 5 points? And I think they've had 1-1. But the 1-1, Jordan Larson missed his penalty.
Penalty,
So
he
they
did.
could be at this stage with 5 games in, know how they win. It doesn't look they're going to qualify. So, I don't know. It's
Put
different.
Tommy Sheridan back in goals.
I think that's an area certainly they've got to look at.
I think
and
so,
he's
so.
choking for it, isn't he?
Tommy's
choking for a game.
He's waited a long time to get back in.
I'd put him in the last game if I know to see how the big man gets on. But no, I think that is an area they were talking about in the summer. I actually thought they would have, how much Rodgers loves playing with the
You need to
goalkeeper.
turn that heater out.
It's freezing it, mate, isn't it?
On the Italian team, I seen that David Turnbull was like the AC Milan.
Aye.
I saw that this morning.
I swear, mate. What a move that would
But
be.
that's what
I love
Turnbull
the bill,
needs.
but that's some move, isn't it?
Isn't it? Maybe that's what he needs to be, because he's not getting a start, isn't he? No. I think he looks a bit, I don't know, just me.
Do you think he can play at that level, AC Milan? Do you think so, Derek? Have you watched
Have
Milan?
you put him in the right position? Have you got the right people run about him? I think he's a good. I think just playing like defence, and he does work hard, doesn't he? He knows him better than me. But I just think if you want to get the best out of him, you get the ball to him in the right areas, and don't worry too much about going the other way. Get other boys in the team. And he'd be a good player. He could. He's got the ability. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he has. And sometimes with Turnbull, I mean, I love the fact that he shoots for distance.
Aye.
And he just gets you a goal at absolute nowhere. Sometimes in leagues like that, in the Serie A, games are tight and all that, and sometimes you need that wee bit of magic. Just get a goal for somewhere, for nowhere.
He went with Bernardo again, didn't he?
Aye.
He's very workman like Bernardo.
How do you feel with your Turnbull? But, you know.
Aye, we got to do
So,
that, especially with
I think
Tati being
so. I think so.
Because they missed that wee bit of flair in the middle of the pitch, didn't they?
And you're right though, he gets your goals.
I just felt it was like a wee token gesture. He
Bernardo's
gets
like
on.
somebody for the Scottish juniors, mate.
Aye, doesn't he look
Thought he'd be a
he's probably
baller, mate,
aye.
like gets on it and sprays it about. He just loves running about tackling, doesn't he?
He's actually quite good at it. Sometimes you're looking at him going, oh, you've done well to get there,
Aye.
and then get a foul. But there was one, I think, in the first half, he does brilliant, anticipates it, steps in between
That's
two,
right,
wins
remember.
it, and then he like, hesitates,
Yeah.
and then he drives forward, and Yang's an easy pass for him, and he passes it straight to the defender.
That's right.
That's where you're looking at the quality. Can you step in with a wee bit more urgency? As soon as you're beyond that, that's clearly what they're looking for.
Do you think Turnbull could win?
He's not for Portugal, Bernardo, he's for Bishop or something.
But he doesn't play enough.
do you
He
think
needs,
he's
he
going
needs
to play?
more games.
Turnbull, I'll be honest, I was surprised when I seen AC Milan. I
because
think
it's
he could
AC
do it at
Milan.
AC Milan, but again, I didn't get to see AC Milan. I don't know what
players in that.
what they're
Who-
like.
who
Just
plays?
Sometimes it's a bit easier to play in with the top teams. It's with playing
AC
with
Milan in the
kinda-
Champions League.
the lesser teams. Then you've got your work cut out.
Well, probably
So,
suit him, because they had the ball all the time, wouldn't they?
So, and that's what that's what probably. That's how I thought when he went to Celtic. I thought he would just kick on.
Well, they know this
Because
in
always-
the last year, weren't they? The Champions League, AC Milan,
Semi? Can't mind.
Inter. Was it? Was
Oh,
it
you're
the
right,
quarter-
mate.
Was it quarters or something maybe?
It was a big game, I remember it. Big game. Right, for Roma McDermott Park.
Come down that, innit? No slagging St Johnstone. I just mean.
Well, yeah.
I mean, as I mean, you're going to. I mean, the higher Europe just coming down.
What's happening with the tricking wing this week?
Oh, you're right.
Mate, I think I'm sabotaged here. I can't see how I finished bottom.
By the way, you've predicted the
results-
best draw in the world, mate. Mallow beat Celtic.
It's not for Motherwell's fucking
Hey, and who
sorted
talked you
out,
into
right?
it?
I know.
kinda-
You did.
And but I never expected it to be honest with you. But I just thought, you know.
No, look, I just thought you can't keep
know.
going because
Oh,
maybe I'm the jinx. Maybe I'm the jinx, but I
Just
just
that wing again.
But what the result?
He does. He's had a few good results against Celtic, Kettlewell, and performances. And I just felt they could get a draw. And same with Aberdeen Rangers. Felt it was going to be a draw. And
that's why
it's got me.
That's why he gets the big buck. That's why he's got an 8-bedroom house.
I knew it was going to be.
No, don't stein Bordeaux. Don't start. I do not.
I actually didn't see. I was trying to goad you into the Motherwell. I gave them a.
So you're trying to fuck him. Love that.
Aye. I thought Celtic would. I thought that because of where Motherwell are at the minute in terms of their confidence, but fair play to them. You know, and they got a tune out of them, didn't they? They didn't have a lot of the ball, didn't they? No, when I looked at the stats.
No, I watched the first half. At times they actually.
But without the ball, they were good.
At times where they were defensive, but they won it back. Blair Spittle would keep it, and then, you know, they had a few chances.
That's what I like about Kettlewell. You could tell there's a thought behind every game that he goes in.
He worked on that. They've worked on that. Really worked on it hard, and they got their just rewards. So, and it was good.
Well, see with that in mind, draw against Motherwell, obviously beat in Rome. Well, Craig Levein fancies chances. St Johnstone drew with Celtic the last game. But St Johnstone obviously in a much better place now. Will he fancy his chances at McDermott Park?
I think he will, aye. But it's the same one when teams don't get the results they're maybe hoping for or expect. Then when you're playing against them, you're expecting a reaction for them. But I think it's on St Johnstone to make it really uncomfortable for Celtic. And Craig Levein I think he will fancy.
And this is were decent against Hearts, but I think it was in his eyes, wasn't it?
Must have been, he popped it a bit.
This is it. You could tell Levein was proper wanting him to play.
Aye. I think he's more relaxed manager.
Oh, brilliant.
He doesn't. He looks like he doesn't give a fuck.
Even the chinos and that on the touchline.
And I told you, he is.
Chinos,
I think the player
get chased out of Rome for a minute.
I think the players will react to him because, as I says, the way I found Big Craig, I enjoyed his company. I think he's a good lad, by the way. And I think he'll be. And if he shows that other side to the players in the dressing room, they'll look at that and go, and they want to play for him. So they will. Everybody. Oh God, I remember Big Hoggy knew about that. Aye. Oh, he was very vocal in the dressing room as a player. You know, when he wouldn't back down about anything. Yeah, he would, but no, but I like.
Even when he got the job, he's like, you know, I wanted to see if I've still got it. Aye, so it's like no pressure on him. Aye. He obviously does fancy that he's still got it, and then he's brought in Andy Curt and says, I'm just going to manage, he's going to coach.
Nice so balance.
How many times?
Player, just knowing that a manager's like
that. But how many times you see a young coach going in and everybody says they need somebody above with a wee bit of experience?
I always say
so that's what, you know, they've got the best of both, St Johnstone.
You need that type that's kicking about, and I think the players will react to that.
It'd have been good if he wanted to pass the ball when he was the Scotland manager. We could have maybe players like him, I know. Instead of playing 4-6 back here.
See, that's where he never come across. See, when he was getting interviewed after the games, and I saw many of them, I thought, he's not coming across well. And that's no the real Craig Levein, the Craig Levein that I knew.
When he was a Scotland manager?
Aye. Right. And even sometimes when I'd stopped playing with him, I'd met him maybe at games and all that, you know, they'd be laughing, a joke and all that. And I think he never showed. That's what can happen. Because right after a bad result or not a good result, they're on you, you know. Maybe that's what it is, Faddy, that pressure and all that. But if you can see him away from that, it's good lad. I like Craig Levein.
I was looking at the Rangers December fixture list. Wow.
Big month.
Oh my God, the games they've got coming. By the way, this one of the nights is a must win. They don't want to be getting out of bet is trying to get a result, because if they can win the night, they qualify through to the next round.
And they'll win the game tonight.
I fancy them strong. And if they do, they can almost rest every bets before the cup.
Because that was probably their worst performance of the season earlier. Against them. The attitude was absolutely stinking, by the way. And I said, I don't know if I said it on there, so disrespectful to Steve Davis. So they were. But they've got their act together, the manager's in place. And listen, I think they can score a few goals tonight. You know, they've got a wee bit of pace and power up top, but that's it. If you get it then, big crowd, and Rangers are at it, they'll win that game comfortably.
I think they're a team that are obviously better at home. I know most teams are, but they're better at home.
And the surface wasn't great earlier as well, wasn't the best?
Plus the timing of the game for Rangers, they weren't going through a bad spell. I think they're in a better place now. I know they drew with Aberdeen, but I think they're in a better place, and that's a brilliant point about getting the job done, going rest a few players for the cup final. The Aberdeen are in the same position because they're out of of Europe as well. They've got Frankfurt at home next
But,
week.
but the players have got to sense that tonight and see the first 25 minutes, be at it, no the way they were up at Pittodrie, because they were way off. I was really surprised the first 20-25 minutes, because there's enough players in that dressing room, on the part, that played in that fixture that should have warned some of the other boys. Now Cervantes comes in and he was off it, you know, that first 20-25 minutes. You've got to prepare players to expect that when you go to Pittodrie.
Aberdeen were right up for it, weren't they?
I only
But the players, I told you. But the players should prepare some of the other guys that maybe no played in that fixture a lot, be ready for it. So, but
I was in the second half. I thought Rangers were decent second half.
they were good, and I think the boys Cervantes come into it a lot more. But that cost you that first 20-25 minutes.
Was incredible.
Good
But
player,
even just his all-round play.
Was he?
He was just buzzing, wasn't he? He was just pure happy, looking, smiling all the time.
That
What
was
a
incredible.
And he
finish.
scored during the week, wasn't it? Was it last week? But he's international.
Aye,
wasn't it?
Finish is a joke.
good.
I love that finish.
What are you
mate.
doing there, taking a touch?
The finish is a
How
joke,
early I have
and the
taken a touch,
defending's
mate.
a joke.
Falling at the bottom.
Hey,
My head's in the dirt.
fucking defending's a joke. You know?
Side goals, Ferry, aye. What would you do in that? You'd pass it back.
I scored 6 in a season. 6 one
Fucking
season.
no bad for a
I
midfielder,
thought he was going to take a touch. I thought he was going to take a touch, but I probably smashing it across the goal.
Oh, yeah?
Going for the laces. So
I love that.
I think it was just a wee half volley, power,
rind.
side foot,
Oh,
wee bit of bend on it. Butland stoning maybe actually doing the jump to go and set, waiting on the touch, and then he kind of get across.
And the defending's fucking woeful.
Aye.
I know, but
Who do you-
so do you think Goldson should go and tight with the guy? He does it.
I think Balogun's got to react. I think when they go, when they see that
I see
he's
that,
winning the header, right, they can't affect that. So whether it's a kind of miss kick or no, so you're not getting
Back
there.
off.
So then you deep them right away, and they don't. It's like they wait till it's happened, then they react. They don't react
But
quicker.
it's even the-
but
even the
finish, I'm
start-
not taking away for the finish. Is brilliant.
Even the
finish,
start of it,
but
though.
defensively,
Because nobody's challenging him.
I know.
So he's
and I
not
think
under
that's-
any pressure.
and
So
that's
they've
why-
either just went.
So there's questions to be
switched
asked.
off.
Why is somebody no challenging
Aye.
them?
Aye, so
And
they-
and then the second ball. So if you don't win the first ball, you're winning the second
It's
ball.
a great
but it
ping.
is a brilliant finish, definitely.
Flat ping right onto his head, and then the anticipation.
Jenny, mate,
No, that's a curly toe.
Aye,
mate,
but,
that.
Is it?
but I mean the pace and
Aye.
it's not a high one where you've got time to judge it.
No, it's
No,
a curly toe, innit?
what I mean is it's fired right at him.
aye.
Well,
it's hard for the
round
defender
the
to
corner
read
at him.
The goalie watched videos of Craig and
Well, the one before the game.
No, Craig's would have had a bit more height on it. That's the point.
They play St Mirren. Did you see that result coming against Ross County?
seen
Derek
that.
Adam looks like he's got them going.
Aye.
What was it? I didn't buy because I've been
His
away.
voice cracks me. I know it's such a petty thing to say, but I just laugh every time I hear him talk. I don't know why. Where is he from, Derek
he got a
Adam?
funny voice,
Is it
does he?
Aberdeen?
I think he is Aberdeen.
Is it Aberdeen?
So.
But he's also a mix of his English being down south for a bit.
What was the score on it, mate? I've not
1-0
got
Ross
Why
County.
not?
someone that, innit?
See, when you go away, you just forget about the Scottish game, mate.
So involved with the European
The Champions
stuff
League
like
stuff.
that. Aye,
I
what
did-
a
I did
campaign
do
I've had, didn't I?
Aye. Look, St Mirren are flying and everybody's quite rightly giving them loads of praise, but I think actually their performances haven't been at the level that they started the season, but they're still getting
Dundee as well,
results.
mate,
So,
so,
aye, so it's a brilliant result for Ross County. And St Mirren, I don't think they're obviously their best forms at home, so don't really travel well. I don't know what the weather was like, but apparently there was weather warning for the travel up as well, which doesn't affect the players,
How
but
is
it must
that?
have been bad up there.
People wants to start wandering about the country. Now you were doing in Liverpool for a period. I don't hear any.
Oh,
ugly
some of
in
the
you.
accents
But
here
some
are
of the
Wales,
accents
mate.
are beauts, isn't they?
Aye.
The one
I
that
think
got
he
me,
did.
wee Flecky, wee Robert Fleck, he was away for about 2 months. I saw him in Glasgow. And I was, all right, mate, I don't know what fucking voice he was coming up. I was like, I looked along the bar and I'm going, are we you and getting yourself
You're
to fuck?
Barry, he changed straight away. Barry changed. Barry changed, aye.
Did he?
No, did he?
I'd
What?
love it.
That was his translator. That's fucking brilliant.
That's fucking brilliant, man.
No, Flecky's was
Somebody
shocking.
took the H's off their words when they moved down south. I'm not going to name him.
No,
I
no,
was sitting in my
Go for
house.
it. Go for it. I know.
I know who you're talking about.
Big Charlie. I was sitting in my house.
Mulgrew?
Big Adam.
Who's the other one?
aye,
Who's the other one that played with Dundee United?
Somebody else.
Sitting in my house.
Oh, I hear it.
No, I'm only kidding on.
Oh yeah.
Me, did I?
Yeah.
No.
It's just all.
Who's the other one that played with Dundee United, played with Scotland, went down south?
Kevin Gallagher.
Kevin Gallagher.
Oh, his accent.
He
He holds his nose, but doesn't he?
His is way for
He's holding his nose.
Like sometimes he comes to a certain word and it just goes, ow. And you're like, ow.
Scooby-Doo there.
James McCarthy, mate. James McCarthy, mate. It's
Why you do that?
James McCarthy, he's fake castle milk. It's incredible, man. His accent.
What do you think that is? How
I
can you
don't know,
change an
it's
accent?
mad.
Surely so your mates that
See,
are
when you
playing
move
up like
down, it's quite frustrating how many times people go,
What was that?
See, maybe need to change how you
So,
talk.
you need to-
That means
aye,
you just speak
slow
a
down.
bit slower.
Aye, you slow down. You
That's
don't
all.
need to change your accent.
How do you speak on holiday to taxi drivers? We go to
I
the
don't go-
hotel. Do you do that?
That's what it's like.
You do a wee bit of that, don't you?
Do you do-
Aye, of course
Why
you
do you
do.
do that? innit?
What's your favourite Rangers team, Derek?
My favourite Rangers team,
Personnel
the
wise.
winning one.
Personnel wise.
Personnel that I played in.
No, fuck this team. Where did Cantwell play on?
Right.
Oh,
after
Cantwell.
that.
Right again.
I don't like it at all.
No, I think I still, even though he's not at his best, in that crazy dive that
Wow.
he done, I know he's like, wow, I know. I see when you see that, because what's he think now? But anyway, I still think he's our best player. I think
Because they've been confident to put him in the middle.
Aye, I do. Honestly, do.
If
I think
for
if you
me,
get him
he'd
the
need
right
to play in the
position-
middle, but I think
and he
Lawrence is
does.
better than him
He needs to play
in that
central.
position.
Well,
Lawrence was good.
Lawrence is a good player, but I still think for me,
Aye.
Cantwell is our best player, and I don't think we're playing him in the right position. Lawrence is a good player. Of course he is.
Could
he's
Cantwell
still-
play one of the two deeper ones for you?
Instead,
I probably could, because I think he's a good football player. But as he go, I think he's better when you let him off the kind of the rein a wee bit, and just let him float about, get into wee positions, because he likes to work hard as well. I think he's got that attitude. That he's not just that what we were talking about maybe earlier with Davy Turnbull's more kind of in that 10 role. I think with guys like Cantwell, I think you give him a wee bit more freedom and let him sometimes come back, go on the ball, touches, and but Faddy's saying, I think he needs to be more central. I don't think it's
Who do you play on that right hand side? That is the real problem. Position,
Gosling.
innit?
Rangers have had that for, aye.
McCausland.
Aye.
He's just saying
McCausland, yeah.
Aye, and I was actually surprised that he never started, and I was surprised that he never got on earlier in that game. That game was crying out for players because Aberdeen, try to protect their lead,
Sitting
back. So you need players that are going to
Definitely.
get it, play in it, take them on, and
100%.
So I thought McCausland was a perfect fit, even before Matondo. I like him.
Matondo's a left winger though.
Aye.
He's
Aye.
not- he's
but
not
see
a right winger.
McCausland, not just because he's a young boy and there's that kind of, he plays without fear.
No.
I think he's got genuine quality.
So,
good
definitely.
enough. Aye, good enough.
Yeah.
That's a frustrating thing for a young player. Like, he's done well every time he's played, eh? But he's
Aye.
obviously always the easy one to just take out the team, isn't it?
Aye,
Maybe
that's
it's-
what it feels like.
I thought behind it, it's no necessarily to take him out. It's different now, isn't it? It's no like when we were playing. If you were played and rested, you were
It's
dropped.
like set,
you were dropped.
players for certain
Well,
games.
sometimes they do get rested now. And I like McCausland. I think he's very tidy, but he's got a bit of urgency when he comes on. He wants to go forward. I think that's a great shout.
Can I ask you a question? Just
I'm
on
going
this,
to ask you one after you.
have you ever been dropped when you thought I've been playing really well and you got dropped?
The other two you want to ask.
You must have,
I
eh?
never played though, did I?
I get dropped once. With a few injuries, so played Chelsea at home in the cup. So I was playing up front with me and Big Dunk. I scored.
Wow.
First half, I got Gallas came in for a tackle, smashed me on my shin guard, but come right down it, and I needed 10 stitches during the game. So I went in and got the stitches, come back on, scored. And in the second half, I was going up for a header. I got a wee nudge in the back. The goalie smashed me, fucking landed on my head, and my nose was like that. Right, so I just clicked it back into place, but I was a wee bit over the place, and the physio was like, "Nah, you're done." It was like 70 odd minutes, you're done. So I'm like, a good day. I've scored against Chelsea. We've drawn the game, and it was a penalty. I should have got a penalty, but then the Wednesday, so we played Wigan. The one Big Dunk punches
Did you
a guy.
do that?
So played Wigan. About 5 minutes into the game, somebody smashed me there. So burst my lip, right? So I've got this big thing on my shin, covering my stitches. My nose is killing me because I had to click it back into place. Now my lip's cut. Played the game. Then come the Saturday, everybody was fit. See you later, mate. Cheers. Back in the bench.
But then you got to win the house for all bad player. Getting all the
in 2 games.
I know, you're
You're an aggressive bastard, wasn't you? Aggressive bastard. What about you, Dabby? By the time you got dropped, you think there's...
No, playing well then, just coming up to the cup final,
you said
the
that,
Scottish Cup, that killed me with Souness taking his place in the bench.
He put himself on the bench, didn't he?
Aye, and
That's fucking horrendous.
with the view he was coming on the last half hour and all, I was raging by the way.
Did you pull him?
And then when he walked into the dressing room after the game and just chucked the medal, I don't do runners-up medals and all that. I was sitting, I was absolutely, I was doing
Did he ever
that.
speak to you?
About that?
Aye.
No, it was
Leaving you
Walter.
out?
No, it was Walter came to me after the game because we went back to Ibrox and obviously we'd lost it. Wee Joe scores the goal with about 20 minutes to go or whatever it was. So we went back. There's no after dinner party, but me and McCall were just sitting out in the stand and we had a couple of bottles of some nice stuff, and it was Walter come out and he was like, he says, come on, get yourself done. He says, I apologise how you found out, you know, that you weren't even on the bench. I thought it wasn't about starting. I was just I thought I'd be involved on the bench at least. So it was. I was genuinely gutted. So I was, but.
What
about Motherwell as a young boy when you were...
I was always starting, mate.
Well, yeah.
Always
so see, when you got first broken at the Motherwell team, did you just start until you left?
No, because when I started, it was Ganjo. I would have started everything, but then I went and got my surgery at Motherwell. So I got injured and then went straight to Celtic. But see, youth, I would always start, mate. Always. That's why you are the greatest in the world that you've come up with that question.
No,
that was fucking genius, sir. It was.
Right, what was your question?
This is a fucking shit. What's your favourite colour? What's what is your favourite?
Right, go for it, hurry up.
Good. Would you take Kent back at Rangers?
No.
Another left winger.
But he's better than him, isn't he?
I know, but
Is he now?
cheap,
He never showed that the last 3-4 months.
He's still scoring their goals,
So,
isn't he?
100%.
Right, so his stats weren't great, and he's
scored
not
more
getting a
goals
look
than
in.
Kent's
Not
last
getting a
2
look
years.
in where he is. So no,
Probably, aye.
probably wouldn't he? No.
It's that thing, you're saying who plays on the right, but Seema has been, he's been excellent for Rangers. I thought Matondo looked really good when he came in as well.
Didn't he? I thought
So that's 2 players
I
for the
thought
same
he would
position.
struggle against him sitting deep, Matondo. I thought he would.
getting by people,
But he
innit?
was wasn't it? He looked sharp. So
I
he
thought
did.
Aberdeen defended well. I
Yeah.
thought the back 3 were excellent. Gartman, Rubizic and Jensen, I thought they were brilliant.
They're three bouncers, mate, aren't they?
Yeah, they were, but they're good players, I know. They're aggressive, but I thought they were decent. And Nicky Devlin as well. Yeah.
He was
He was back to his best.
Wasn't he? How good is he, mate? He should definitely get called up for Scotland.
Right, mate.
100%.
Play where?
Just back up for Hickey.
The credit to
Before
him.
Patterson.
Ah, fuck.
Credit to him because there was a moment in that first half that pissed me off. There was a fifth and Nicky won it. He went right through Juventus.
Aye, he
And
stopped them
caught-
rating.
Aye, Jesus Christ! I mean that's. I
Didn't
mean,
get booked, did he?
no, it was a
No.
good tackle. No, it
No,
was
aye,
He
a
was
wee
more annoyed
50.
with the Rangers player, he said.
I'm saying more annoyed with
aye.
Juventus that there's a wee opportunity, you know, go and meet it, and they just didn't fancy it. Nicky did, you know. Fair play to him. You can't have that.
Lammers has got to score at the end, didn't he?
Oh, big time. I mean, you look at Balogun, there are 2 sitters he's missed. Where he had certainly the
first
second one, even the second one, because the ball's coming at pace, he sees it all the way, and I'm thinking, just come on to that, keep it down. I know it's easier said than done, but Lammers, who has been poor, I thought that was a big moment for him. You know, to repay, you know, a large section of the Rangers support who, like me, are kind of obviously questioning.
Do you know, I think that's
It could have
a
been.
point though, like, I know he scores an
moments,
unbelievable
innit?
goal against Dundee, but what's it, 4 or 5?
See, that's
fourth
the
or fifth?
difference. So it's a big
So
moment, Faddy.
that's a moment that,
innit? A moment
aye,
that
Yeah.
you need your players to step
Don't
up,
you?
know when you're winning easy.
And that's why you pay a wee bit extra money for those guys to come in for those big moments. And that's a great point you make, because that game was done and dusted
Aye.
up at Dundee. It's easier to score goals like that, but that was a massive moment.
If ever a time somebody needs big players, it's Livy right now.
Oh, what's happened to it?
County at the weekend,
no-
this is a massive game even so early on in the season, isn't it?
Aye,
Have you watched them of late? I've no seen them.
no for a few weeks,
Wait.
no.
Do you think he needs to revert back to the old Livy, or has he got the players, or has he tried to
I don't think
play?
he's going out there and going, didn't be hard to beat today. lads."
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I think that's maybe no get the players. We've just mentioned
no get the players.
Mickey Devlin and how good he is. He's
Leadership.
obviously gone. I think they've lost a few for that back line, and they're just no.
Big Nubley's no
that
performing
hard
at
to
all.
beat.
Where's
No,
he playing?
Saturday,
Was he not playing either? He's been
It was right wing
struggling.
back.
Somebody say aye.
It was Kev that said it, so
Was
he's
it?
probably playing up front.
Right,
I've got a cracker
I don't
coming for Kevin Monday. That one we heard last night.
Could you actually?
That's why I lost a fair.
What is it?
Kev, we're talking about boys coming on loan who you knew were great straight away, first day. And Monday's like, Anthony Stokes came to Sunderland and I could tell straight away he was brilliant. Somebody's went back for a podcast about 3 years ago, we're talking about a similar subject. He went, Anthony Stokes came to Sunderland. I just thought he was alright.
Oh,
Big one's hero. Why don't I use it? Ever get anyone on loan that you knew was brilliant straight away?
Pinar for me.
Oh, Pienaar.
what a player.
Why did Pienaar go to Tottenham?
First
Fuck
training
him, didn't
session. First we were in. He came.
Ajax, straight for Ajax.
I think it was Dortmund.
Was it?
I think it was Dortmund. But I'm sure we were in America, and the ball comes into him, and he's like, it's a square pass, and the goal's there, and somebody comes running in, rolls it over the foot, through the legs.
Oh, wow.
We're like, wow, this wee guy.
He was brilliant, wasn't he?
I
What
loved
a
player,
player,
Pienaar,
man.
What a player.
Tight areas, he was incredible, wasn't he?
We had a few. Boy, Manny Fernandez was good for us and all.
What was Landon Donovan like when he came on loan?
Well, when he came on, it was the second time. So he came
Wasn't
on
as good?
twice. No, he was.
Right.
No, he was. But I think he had maybe an impact because it was maybe a bit of a surprise the first time. Not a surprise. He's a good player, but they knew what they were getting when he came back. But he was still a good player.
Because that was a time where I thought, Americans were shite.
Aye.
And then Donovan came over and actually done well, didn't he?
Player.
What about you, Dale? Did you get players on?
Didn't he
Loans back in,
wasn't a really
yeah.
a thing back then.
What about the
To be honest
first, somebody's
sure
the best,
he was there.
the best first day that, you didn't want to Kev Kyle, the best first day you've ever seen somebody have?
He was.
with
Best
you?
what?
Davey,
So somebody's came in their first day, they're incredible.
Blow you away.
I try to think. Davey, what's his name? Came for East
Aye,
Fife.
was.
Really? Somebody came up for East Fife to
East
Rangers?
Fife, and he was. But how's his name? He used to be manager Brora. I can't believe I've got his. Kirkwood.
David Kirkwood.
Was he brilliant?
Kirky did everything, believe it or not. As soon as, by the way,
So Rangers signed somebody for East Fife?
listen, see in training,
That's incredible,
both
man.
footed, could tackle, a good engine, could dribble with the ball. He used to stick ones in the top corner and all that. But what happened with Davey, and I mean, when I've spoke to Davey a few times, I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but what he couldn't handle was when maybe he had a bad pass or a bad touch in front of the crowd. He kind of crumbled a wee bit. He couldn't handle it as well.
Yeah.
He still was alright, but I just always thought Davey should went on to have a really top career, and for whatever reason it didn't happen. Honestly, seeing training, he was
Incredible,
amazing.
was he?
Aye, he was absolutely brilliant.
That can happen to a
So
lot
he
of
was.
people at Rangers though.
Aye, it can happen to a lot of players. You know, I just thought he should have been a top
Really?
player.
Aye, brilliant.
But sometimes it's the other side that try to handle having that mentality.
What happened to him? And did they stay in the team if he was
When-
making mistakes, or was he in and out the team
He was
because
kinda
of
in and
that?
out.
So
He was kinda in and
that's
out.
not
But-
as much as the crowd and being on you. It's also you're not getting a good run
And a
of
wee
games.
bit of that as well. But what I'm saying, in training, he was phenomenal.
Was he brilliant?
Aye, absolutely brilliant.
Did you ever no start the game you expected? I meant to ask you that a wee minute ago.
I've told it before, to Canio asked us to do a certain run in training, mate, and I was convinced I was just me running in this area at the right time for about
What you in shape?
10 shape the day before a game, and he's like, no, you can't do the run.
What?
Been playing in the team for 8 weeks in a row, mate, or something. Came to that Friday. Never said I wasn't in the team, he just says, no, you're not doing the run right. Get to Fratton Park on the Saturday on the bench.
What do you mean you're not doing that? You're not timing the run? You're
I
not.
was like that to my man, he's like, that run yesterday, just couldn't do it right. What? Went 1-3-1, told me. So, What can you do?
That's the worst,
Never even
innit?
got on to me. I'd been playing in the. We had such a good squad at that time. It was League One, so we'd signed a lot of boys for Championship and stuff like that. So you were desperate to stay in the team.
Do you think it was genuinely based on that run, or do you think he was just using that?
Fuck knows, mate. You would never know him, mate. You don't know if he'd heard something about us during the week that had been out or something like that, and he was just.
What was the run he was fucking?
I would imagine that he would.
A third man run, mate. So their midfielder. This is how good he was, mate. The left side of midfielder, centre midfielder, wasn't good at following runs into a certain area. He watched him and he couldn't have done it. Somebody scored against it, so that was kind of our phase of playing that day. And he says I was doing it all wrong. I was like, mate, I'm fucking just running into that area when you tell us to. Frank Hart couldn't do the run properly, so.
Oh,
Got it right, didn't he? 1-3-1. What can you say, mate?
He must have been right.
What won it?
How was the guy that could do the run? Could he do it?
Never made the run
No,
once, but
did
he
he
told
not?
him he was brilliant after a. No, I can't even remember. Yeah, we won that game and he went fucking ballistic after the game, man. 1-3-1 at Fratton Park.
I know
Like, fucking mental, man. Because we were celebrating in the dressing room before he got in. And he's like, you small players mentality. Small players mentality.
no.
Because
How
we
did
beat
that go down?
Portsmouth.
I know. I don't think he
Boys
players
were
would take.
fucking raging.
Raging,
that day.
aye.
Boys were
Can't
raging
say
day.
that.
A
Fuck.
wee insight, by the way, see Mota after Bologna play, win, lose or draw, doesn't get into the dressing room after the game.
Love it.
Nothing.
think
He'll
it's good.
see them the next day.
After he's watched the game or something.
Doesn't go in at all.
Oh no.
So it doesn't get too
Didn't mind
high,
it, mate.
they don't get too low, just doesn't get in at all.
Eric Black used to be like that.
Aye.
They'd go in the dressing room.
Could you
the
do
odd
that?
time? No. The odd
I
time,
should've
the
done
odd
it a
time
lot.
he'd go mental, but generally he'd say a wee bit, and then for the main, like tactical or whatever, he'd say, right, see you tomorrow.
How difficult
We were always in
find
on Sunday.
Like,
But why you
first of
talk
all-
shite after the game, mate? You
No,
don't.
but
he's right.
sometimes you want to get in and praise them and tell them how well they've done, but also the other side of you think guys have not been at it and for certain reasons you want to go and tell them. So, no, getting into a
Aye.
dressing room, I'd find that extremely
No,
hard.
Eric Black
You know,
went in and he would say stuff, whether it was good or bad,
Right,
but go
to-
through it properly the next day
Aye. Is it mere-
without the emotion.
Aye.
Because see, the thing is, you like, I do it as a coach. You actually see when you come at half time, you actually can remember. You can see one thing that happened like 2 minutes before the end of the half, and you focus on that one
Aye,
thing.
you
Whereas
should.
Aye.
the 43 minutes before that were maybe really good. Do you know what I mean?
And sometimes when you watch your game back, you're like, fuck, I didn't realise he was as good as that. Or that.
Aye.
So,
Didn't mind
Yeah,
it too
good
much,
time.
but good insight, mate.
Hibs Aberdeen. What's a cracker in it?
That is a cracker, mate. I really like him just now.
Aberdeen obviously
Aye.
got that. I mean, the semi-final against them, but Hibs were the better team, weren't they?
Aye. They for the majority, and it was, you know, Hibs then go and lose the game. I actually didn't watch it, but I was listening to it on the way down. I can't mind where I was, and it was like Hibs are batting them. Hibs are definitely going to go and win it. And I got out the motor, got in the house. It was 1-0 Aberdeen.
It was weird because actually when
That's
Aberdeen went
the
down to
same thing. That's bad done. That day. Remember I says that? Once you went down to 10 men, I thought, that's it.
You turned it off and put music on, did you?
Aye, I put Radio 1 on. I wanted to kick on with it. Aye, I wanted to kick on with the night. And I thought, right, that's the route.
But Aberdeen are in a position now where they know the finals round the corner. They've got a big game the night, obviously. They're out of Europe, but they're still on a away trip to Helsinki, and they'll still obviously go to try and win it. Barry Robson, I think, was saying about the amount of fans that are travelling. I think 1,500 Aberdeen fans for a game that doesn't mean anything, but they can't get anything out of it. But the players know there's a final, so do they keep the levels that they showed on Sunday, or is it players maybe, you know, looking to protect themselves a wee bit and make sure they're available for it? It'll be interesting to see how. Look, Barry Robson's not going to allow that. That won't be the message. Make sure you're ready for the final. We've got a big game. He will manage the game in front of him, but the players, you know, it's hard to no be thinking about a game of that size.
What would you do in that situation? Would you rest players?
What, the night?
Aye.
Key players, of course you would.
But do you think sometimes it can take sort of...
I don't know. It depends.
I would. You're
that's
asking
not
me
a
the
good place
question?
for
Of course
it,
I would. I'm looking at the next week or so. Of course I am. Not to play for them. I think you mentioned it, didn't you, about there's a few fringe players or whatever. Give them an opportunity.
Aye.
Let them go and play. You know, you've got a big following in there, so.
Are
why
Aberdeen
not?
under pressure now by Boydie's comments? Will people be looking to see, like, let's see how Aberdeen play now after the Rangers
that-
game?
The thing, I don't know, because obviously they played well, and there was a reaction. You could put it down to the fact that obviously they lost 6-0. You can put the 6-0. I know that the big criticism is that it's 3-0 going into injury time, then it's 6-0. But apart from, I think once they won coming off the back of a European game. You have to factor that in. A tough draw against a good Pauk side, and then the travel back to go and play at Celtic Park. But it depends on how the Aberdeen players use it. It might just be right, give them that wee bit edge for every game to say, well, we're going to show that we don't just get up for one game. Yeah. They need to find a level of consistency, Aberdeen, because their form's not been great this season, and they need to really start finding a bit of form, which is tough with the away game coming up.
Yeah, it's a worry for me that they can get up for certain games and then they're not up for other games. I don't tell you a lot about them.
They were right up for that game, but weren't they? We're cheering and all that. But
I think the full club needs to take responsibility for that as well, mate. So it's alright saying that the players are only up for it, but Aberdeen's crowd are like that every week.
That's a good, of course, so the crowd, they play a major part in it. Of course, they create that atmosphere. Everybody, there's an intensity, there's a focus on that game. They've got to try and replicate that with some of the other games, big games, haven't they? How they do it, or how they go about it, I don't know, but they've got to, haven't they? Oh, come on, jeez, oh.
But here's what Miller's missing for Hibs, big player. Got sent off, didn't he, against Dundee?
I did.
I like him, the right back.
2 yellows, aye. Aye.
That's where probably the frailties lie in it, defensively.
Aye, because they're good going forward.
Yeah.
Good, aren't they? Good watch.
Who comes in at right back for Hibs? Do you know now?
I don't know. Who does come in it?
It's not like they've got a massive...
It'd normally be Cads win it, or Cads maybe play, but he's no ready to play yet, I don't think. Been out for a while.
There might be a wee offer.
Message as we sorted him out with a wee Slater's discount as well.
Aye.
Good boy, isn't he?
Ah, brilliant.
Cadden's getting married.
Getting married.
All need to get back
One of the best. Brilliant attitude as a young boy.
Yes.
Tremendous attitude as a young boy.
Brilliant boy.
Always want to do extra. Always want to learn, asking you questions.
Brilliant.
Great attitude. Great boy as well.
And his brother's doing well as well, didn't he?
Aye.
Nicky, doing well.
Good on them.
How do you see this going, Hibs, Aberdeen? Who would you make favourites?
I fancy Hibs.
So, by the way, that's so they are as well.
Fancy Hibs.
I think Aberdeen have shown a way of playing, because going up to the game at the weekend, everybody's saying, oh, Duke, he's not playing well, you need to get him firing, and we've said it before, Duke and Miofsky playing together, they don't play as a partnership, where you see something really quite promising with Sockler and Miofsky, because they go and play, one goes to challenge or one goes short, the other one goes long, more like a traditional pairing. So, and Sockler, he's running the way to pass for the chance he makes is brilliant. But when he gets in that position, it's probably a guy that's not played a lot of football. So if they can get the two playing and firing, then that's where Aberdeen need to build for.
They're a wee bit more direct, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that maybe that does suit them. So
if you're going to go direct, why not go with two big ones?
With the two, aye. Yeah.
But we're much so...
Duke needs to put the Copas in the bin, mate.
Aye, that's the problem. Mate, you did feel shite when you wore black boots, didn't you?
Nah.
Did you not?
It was flying.
I used to
with the Copas.
See, when when I had black boots on, I always felt fucking rubbish.
We only ever had black boots in my days, so...
Oh, aye.
Did there? What? There was no white boots now?
Can't remember, no, I don't think
Have you ever felt that, looking down at your feet and you feel...
shite all the time.
Or just whatever boots you had on?
I went to a stage of wearing fucking Mizunos, mate. See, when it was wet, it was like wearing a pair of Timberlands, honestly. Never felt so heavy in my life.
Have you spell?
Oh, wingers should never be wearing Nike Tempos. Copas I get, but Nike Tempos.
Ronaldinho was Tempos, wasn't he?
Was he?
Aye, but they started black. Mind they were the
only guy
ones
I remember
Cantona and all with the Nike sign in the back.
All I think about was Nike Tempos is Rab Douglas hitting goal kicks, mate, and I can't get the image at my head, mate. Nobody else should have.
I went through a wee spell of wearing Copas midway through my career.
Did you?
Aye.
You were Preds, but weren't you?
Aye, Preds, but...
Why did you make the switch?
Because I'd broken my metatarsal, and then I come back and it kind of
Beckham done his and all that as well, didn't there? There was a lot of him about the Preds.
cracked again, so the physio was like, listen, don't know if blades are the way forward. So I was like, right, give me a pair of Copas. But I'd bought, I'm a size 10, so I'd got the Copas in a size 10. But after like 2 times I wear them, they're a size 12.
They
go massive.
So you get them, aye. So if you're a 9, so I was a 9, it was an 8.5. I was always Copas in World Cup. I did this World Cup, but aye, that's the one thing. You always get them a half size.
I'd actually go a full size. Because even the 9.5 I got up to a size 11. And what you're saying about looking down, your feet looking massive.
We were the in boot, that was the worst.
Comfortable. Anyone that wore an Umbro, mate, I'd never pass it to.
No, specialities are good, mate.
They wouldn't get the ball for me.
Specialities were top boots, mate.
Specialities
Nah, come on.
The XAIs were terrible.
What about Hummel? Would you wear Hummel?
Humming. No Hummel.
At Hearts we had to wear Hummel. We were sponsored with them
Tommy
and all
Graham's
that.
winter shoes.
So it was Tommy Graham's winter shoes.
And he
were
was good in
Hummels.
the Hummels, mate. So it's in the.
Remember Big
So the
Sutton
boot.
used to wear Oil Sports?
The big football.
How did he play football with them on, mate?
Brought them on or no?
Security guards and fucking boots wearing them, mate.
They're shockers.
What anyone else? First team players had shocker boots.
She'd have had Umbros, didn't he?
Shearer was
Specialities, you can't use specialities, tempos, original tempos, Copas, World Cups. You can't.
Puma King. Puma King.
Val
Good
Sport,
boot
they
or
were a
not.
bit.
Puma
weren't they?
Kings were good.
Puma Kings were
Kings,
alright,
aye.
they were decent.
Was it
Big-
Oats last year?
But you were running up in the streets with them.
Big Valharan wore the Tempos as well. They were always crusty. Tempos always came up at the front. See, when you first got them, they were flat. See, after they wore them 2 weeks, it was like curly toe.
You love that, right?
Who wore Lambo? Lambo wore Copas, mate. But you had to polish them, but you weren't allowed any polish on the
Aye.
white.
Is that whose boots you done?
They used
How
to
good,
put dubbing
how good.
on them.
How much pride did you take
I
in
used
it?
to run for Lambos. boots,
I love
mate.
cleaning the boots.
So da.
The shine bits you have to polish
You
and
don't
then
even
shine
know
up
what
with the clean
dubbing
brush.
is. You know what dubbing? I do you know?
The boots, mate.
Did you? Aye,
Have you done all
good.
the
I
boots?
done big jigs and they didn't like you
They don't dare
to
them
make them
this
shiny.
stage.
Oh, did they really
No,
make shine?
I'm like, wash them, get them dry, put a wee bit of polish on, then leave them, and then polish them again, and then give them a wee shine. He's like, I don't like my boots shiny.
Even
the best bit,
even
mate.
before
That's the
games,
reward.
sometimes with the World Cups, used to put them under boiling water as well.
Soften the
Just
leather.
to stretch it a wee bit as well, and all that sort of stuff. You wonder if that happens in this day and
I
age,
think
does
No,
it?
it doesn't fuck.
No.
See, they didn't even clean their own boots, mate. See, back in the day, we used to just get the skip for the weekend. We just get tipped out on a Monday, and it'd look there was 1,000 boots there. Be honest, did you see the shite players? You never tried as hard on their boots, did you?
No,
No,
I
big
did.
flick here.
Aye,
And
we
it's
just
done
got-
dog shite on them.
Didn't matter who it was. Get your boots done.
By the way, you should do your own. There you go. I get told that for young is just do your own boots.
Should be
No,
I
but
just looked after my own boots.
aye, but see, as a young player going in, and you've got, you know, the big players like I went in and I done big Jig boots, and Jig was a guy that came through the youth and he was in the first team and was talking him getting big moves, and I was buzzing.
I was kind of part of being a
Buzzing
white
to do
team,
his
innit?
boots.
To do the-
Aye, so you were like that. Look, you're running
Do
for
your own.
Lambos. I'm looking going right. I do his boots, man.
Aye, do Jig's boots.
the way you
So-
in at Christmas.
Aye.
Aye,
I
they
always
look after you.
wind him up and say he was tight, but he was brilliant.
Right, Motherwell v Dundee.
Must win.
Oh, that's an,
Was
That is for Kettlewell.
I think
No for it like that way, but I just think
Dundee are in good form, mate.
I know, but just with Motherwell's results, and then they get a great result, they want a new start to get back to winning ways, don't they? They don't want to drag this home without a win any longer.
Aye, and I think
It
they
is,
will.
Tough
they-
fixture for
it
that.
is a tough fixture. No disrespect to Dundee there. You got a bit defensive for your old City, didn't you? Turned your back on them years ago.
No, but I wouldn't look at that and say Motherwell are overwhelming favourites in the
No,
game.
you're spot
No,
on.
Dundee have done really well. I think that's the performance. I know that, you know, Motherwell get a bit of stick. I don't know why people think that they should go and open up at Celtic Park and take the game to Celtic. When I think if they were in the form that they showed earlier in the season, they may well have done. But when you're trying to just get results, I don't know why people are critical of how they played. But I think that hopefully gives them the wee bit of confidence they need and the wee bit of belief to say that, you know, they are still a good team. They've just gone through a bad run, so hopefully they can get back to winning
See,
ways.
and Dundee more shots on target, more possession than Hibs at the weekend.
All right.
They've
They're there.
got a good
Hey,
team.
They've played well, but I agree with
I don't know for that, but
what you're saying. Big time. I think it's a massive game
Yeah.
for Motherwell. Aye. And I think it's one that they need to get the monkey off their back. They need to win that. So there is a bit of pressure and there will be that expectation. But Dundee, aye, and there you go, you've just gained us the stats, haven't they? They've performed really well this season, sorry Hibs, so. But for Motherwell,
so it'll be a different Motherwell for Celtic Park, obviously.
of course it will. Aye, of course they're going to give Mary
I
the
think
ball.
Big
they'll
up
be
Beaker's
expected-
back. I think he's massive.
Big John.
Aye, he holds the ball up well, brings others into play. I think if they can keep him fit, he'll have a really good season.
Aye.
Brilliant.
More
Right,
importantly-
couldn't get these twins in.
Aye,
Sorry,
but
mate, you go.
what about any news on the hydro? Musically?
Oh, musically.
Oh, by the way, there you go.
That's the wee normal ones.
No, that's a hospital.
2 of yous, innit?
Mate, that,
Is it?
It is. Bottom
No,
2,
no.
mate.
Bottom one.
It's bottom 2.
Bottom one.
Bottom one.
I'm on a
aye.
diet as well.
Is it?
Bottom.
Bottom 2, no.
Ah.
I'm sure I done it when I was setting bottom.
No, because you've
And I nearly
enjoyed.
died.
It's like because you've been at the same point. You'll enjoy them anyway.
That still haunts me that day.
That's a wee buffalo one. I can smell it. That's
Is it?
tremendous.
It's lovely, jubbly.
Right, we're going to the pool while he's munching.
Right, you go on
Do you know what's going through my head though?
I can smell
No,
how spicy it is.
See the way your body works, mate? This
You
could
might-
hit something that triggers that fucking
Aye.
thing
And
again.
it comes
I
back.
might only take a wee hint of it.
One wee bit of spice.
That'd be funny.
That's a good.
If it is, you'll never see me again. I'll be fucking working at McDonald's.
Well,
next
why don't you just start getting the predictions right? You don't need to eat
I
one.
think man, that,
Hey, I need to look you back.
I can actually smell how spicy that is.
It is actually spicier than Buffalo. I looked at the fixtures and thought, I've done alright this week.
Ah.
Somebody's fucking with me.
aye,
Right.
because they weren't on the sheet last week, were they?
You take us through it while he's munching away.
Right, here we go, straight to the board for Kelly v Hearts.
Oh, dearie me.
Draw.
Do you know what? I'm going to go with Hearts.
I'm thinking of that League Cup game where they actually sneak it in the end. Hearts.
Not one.
I'm going to go Kelly. I think that.
Not too bad.
Aye, Kelly for me.
I normally go with Kelly, but I've got a wee thing that just says go with the Jambos.
I'll go.
Shanklin and Boyce, I just think it'll be a wee bit too much. I just
You're strong and all at the back, Kelly.
Aye,
If
the
it's that
3
tight.
draw
Draw
and
it.
I'll go draw.
draw would be the
Stop helping him.
right.
Livy Ross County. I'll go Ross County away. Ross County away for me.
I'm going to go draw that one. Draw. Livy can't get beat.
Aye, they need. I think Livy might get a result. I'll go draw as well.
I'll go
Aye,
draw.
I think it's a draw.
Ross County for me.
The only thing
Yeah,
is,
clear.
Ross County have got that threat going forward. We're talking about
Aye.
Livy no defending as well. Draw. Aye, draw
Okay,
for me.
Motherwell v Dundee.
Motherwell.
I'm going to go with Motherwell as
Motherwell
well.
for me, aye.
Motherwell, aye.
Oh, come on, you
Because of
can't
what you
jinx
said
it.
there, aye.
He's back to me get beat every
That'll be
week.
close. Hey, that'll be so
I'm gonna go
tight.
for
That'll
a
be.
draw.
Could be a. But
you?
I just think Motherwell just. I think they need this big time. Just what you were saying, Slaney.
St Johnstone Celtic.
Celtic.
Aye, I think Celtic
Celtic.
win.
Aye, Celtic have too much for St Johnstone.
Hibs Aberdeen.
That's the toughest one of the weekend.
I'm going to go draw.
I'm going to go Hibs.
I'm going to go draw. I
Hibs
was
for me.
fancying Hibs. I was going to go with Hibs, but I'll go with a draw.
What they are hot.
Gets worse as.
That's it.
I'm going to go Aberdeen.
Okay.
Hibs for me. And
And
Rangers.
lastly, Rangers v St
I'm
Mirren.
going to go Rangers strongly.
Aye,
Boys,
Rangers.
tremendous.